The dark secret of defined benefit pension schemes is that the service you receive from them when you're considering something such as a transfer out is absolutely shocking. The service is terrible. Okay, so why is this such a big issue, and why are so many of you viewers who are watching these videos so upset about this? Okay, you or anyone else with a defined benefit pension scheme are trying to make one of the biggest decisions of your life. Are you going to leave your safeguarded, fixed income for life annual pension scheme, or are you going to accept a cash equivalent transfer value and typically move out to something such as a SIP? This is a really important decision. The UK government and the FCA allows you 3 months of a cash equivalent transfer value that is fixed, that allows you to go off and get the advice that is required. 3 months is not a long period of time to get the correct advice on a final salary pension scheme. So, the problem is you're trying to make this very difficult decision. You're also trying to find someone you can trust to work with. You're also trying to do all your homework and all your due diligence and all your research because you've read everything about how scams and this and that, and be careful. So you're trying to be very, very good at doing this job. But your defined benefit pension scheme, the service from them is woeful. Now, I have to be careful. It's not every single defined benefit pension scheme, but I would say in my experience of doing this day in, day out, every year, the 9 out of 10 times, the service from them I would rank as a 3 or a 4 out of 10. What I mean by this is, for example, turnaround times. You will place your letter of authority on file with us here at Cameron James. We will place them on file to your seeding scheme in the UK. Some of them will say, oh, we want an original signature posted to our office. Absolutely ludicrous in 2023. It's a complete sludging delay tactic, in my opinion, to try to slow down the process of giving you the information that you need. That can then, finally, once it's applied on file, it can take 15 to 20 working days just for them to place the LOA on file. When you request your cash equivalent transfer value, they will typically send you a 20, 30, 40, 50 page document. That is not enough though. There are so many scheme factors, early retirement factors, everything that we need to know about the scheme in order to write your report. We go back and forth with your schemes. So this creates a lot of stress and drama. And over that 3-month timeline, very often we see our clients going right down to the wire. Even if they started at the beginning of the 3-month process, sometimes it's the last days and week that they're trying to make this decision, trying to get all the paperwork done. It shouldn't be like this. In my professional opinion, I think the FCA and Consumer Duty needs to come in. There's so much good regulation out there protecting people like yourself from getting scammed. In general, you have to be really, really careful to make sure you get the information that you need. So, how do you solve this problem? Well, unfortunately, you can't just say, I'm going to be really, really organized, and that means that my defined benefit schemes are going to give me all the information I need. No, they are still very, very bad and inefficient in my opinion. One of the main reasons that they're inefficient, I personally think, is they're not investing in A, technology to upgrade their systems, and B, they're not investing in staff. When I call the schemes, or when my transfer team calls the scheme, we know more about the scheme than they do. They say, oh, sorry, I'm just on the telephone, I don't know any of that information. You'll have to send an email and that'll go to our actuaries and trustees. The turnaround time is 20 days for the answers. It's just like, it's a revolving door of ridiculousness when dealing with defined benefit schemes. And if you don't want to take my word for it, if you put yourself in the comment section below here, there's many of our existing clients who still watch this channel. They've been through it. 3, 6, 9, 12 months of rubbish of dealing with a defined benefit scheme just to get the information they need. Now, the reason this winds me up so much is that you have been a customer of theirs for maybe 15, 20, 25, 30 years. They have earned very good fees from looking after your defined benefit pension asset. Maybe they've done a very good job of looking after it. You won't have paid the fees, but your employer will have paid the fees. So it's effectively like saying, I've been a fantastic client for 20, 25, 30 years. Now, at the final point, I actually want some service from you. I haven't asked anything from you. All you've done is send me a few letters over the course of years. Now I want something, you're not able to provide me with good service, and I think it is terrible. So, back to how you can actually solve this problem. What I would say the biggest investment you can do is start your research of your financial advisory firm before you request your cash equivalent transfer value. Do not independently go and request all your cash equivalent transfer values and then say, right, now I've got them, now I'm going to start looking for a financial advisor. It will take you at least a couple of weeks, I would say, to find a good financial advisor that you can trust. Get on Zoom with them, have a telephone call with them, do your due diligence on them, have proper conversations with them, maybe talk to 2 or 3 different financial advisory firms at the same time. Work out who you think has your best interests at heart. As always, guys, if you can like and subscribe the channel to let YouTube know that we're valuable, it's the very best thing you can do to me to say thank you for the content that I'm producing. So, once you've actually ascertained which financial advisor you want to work with, at that point, engage with the financial advisor and complete your letter of authority with the financial advisor. Do not do it yourself, because if you do it yourself, you will request all the basic information. You won't request the extra 20, 30, 40, 50 factors that we need. Do it through your financial advisor. Whether that be Cameron James, whether you think there's a better financial advisory firm out there, do your letter of authority with them. Have your financial advisor professionally ask your scheme for all the information and due diligence that you need. Actually, one of the things we do here at Cameron James is your letter of authority can take 15 to 20 working days for your scheme to put it on file. Very often, we will get the client or you to request the information from your scheme at the same time that we place a letter of authority on file. Often that can speed the process up by 5, 10, 15, 20 working days, which is very important when you only have 90 working days legally to make a decision and get the correct financial advice that you need on your pension pot. So, the solution is working with an organized financial advisor like ourselves here at Cameron James, but also doing your research early. As I've mentioned, don't wait until you've got your CETV to then do your research. We get this all the time. I understand clients think I'm going to be as independent as possible. I don't want to talk to anyone who's going to cost me any money until I really physically have to. I get that mindset and I understand it. But by completing letter of authority, you don't pay anything. You only pay when you have an advice report written by the pension transfer specialist, which requires many DocuSigns before you even get to that stage. It's almost like the first part of the advice process is free. All the help in ascertaining your letter of authority, getting you ready to talk to the pension transfer specialist is basically done at our cost. So why would you not take advantage of that? Because a lot of clients come to us, they have 4 weeks left on their CETV. Yes, we can do it. Is it a bit of a nightmare? Yes. Can I honestly say that I think those clients have enough time to really review whether or not they want to give up their safeguarded assets? I don't think so. I think they come to us with 4 weeks left and they're like, I want to get this done, I'm outcome focused, and almost whatever was written in the report, they're probably going to go and sign it anyway. Now, obviously, we carefully make sure, have you read through the report, have you done this? But I can tell you, some of them return their DocuSigns so fast, I'm like, how could you possibly have read and understood everything? Now, we have numerous steps in our DB advice process through the pension transfer specialist, independent telephone calls of experts to really check that the client fully understands what they're doing and they haven't just made some mistake and they don't understand what they're doing. But really important, select a good financial advisor, start your research early and let them control the DB advice process. Because again, if you don't and you try to do this on your own, for you, it's the very first time you've ever dealt with a defined benefit scheme. For me, it's probably the 600th time that I've dealt with a defined benefit scheme, and my team do this day in, day out, every single day. If you think you can do a better job than my team, go for it, but I know you will end up coming to us at the last minute, trying to get a last minute CETV done. Guys, that's my dark secret for defined benefit pension schemes, and I truly hope something changes in the industry for a better level of service to you as clients from defined benefit schemes. Thank you as always, and take care of your final salary pension assets.